He drives car number 22, and he's just 18 years old. But that hasn't kept this young driver from racking up a record 9 pole positions and 6 series victories, including an incredible 4 in a row. Now the only number left is 1. Connor Daly, the young American, looking to seal a championship season in Canada. The Star Mazda Championship for the Visit Florida Cup is next. Welcome to Mosport International Raceway. We're in Bowmanville, Ontario, Canada, just north of Toronto. Coverage of the 2010 Visit Florida Cup. It's part of the Star Mazda Championship. Hello again, everyone. I'm Rick Benjamin. Johnny O'Connell alongside Todd Lewis on pit road today. Incredible racing facility here. Johnny, you learn a lot about yourself as a racer at Mosport.
You really do. I mean, this is the 50th year of Mosport, and really very few changes have been made to the circuit over the years, and so many fast corners where if a driver makes a mistake, unlike a lot of racetracks now, you're going to pay the price. You're going to hurt the car. You might hurt yourself. So it takes a lot of commitment as a driver to get around here, but everybody loves it because it's fast, it's flowing, it has great rhythm, great elevation. I don't know one driver that doesn't like coming to Canada for Mosport.
Should have the 2010 championship wrapped up here this weekend. Young Connor Daly on pole for the 9th time. He's on the verge of clinching this title.
He's had an amazing series, and you know, when you look at the way he has progressed, his team has progressed, I think when we watch Connor, we're seeing a guy like we've seen in Andretti, Ray Hall, Scott Speed, Mike McDowell, one of these guys that we know in the future we're going to be seeing lots of.
All right, the Visit Florida Cup Championship still in play. It will not be clinched here today, although Connor Daly leads that battle as well. That won't be settled until we get to Petit Le Mans weekend at Road Atlanta a couple of weeks from now. Let's check in with our pole award winner. He's with Todd.
Connor Daly, a familiar spot up front here in the field, but 45 minutes of racing from now, you could be holding up a championship trophy. Are you feeling that yet?
Yeah, a little bit. It's always in the back of your head. You just got to be conservative. You know, we're starting on pole, so that's obviously the best place to be. And, you know, I'm just going to go out there like every other race and try and win it. But we also got to be conservative. So we'll see what happens. I mean, this is a tough track, but I really enjoy it. So, you know, Yunko's car is fantastic today, so we'll see what happens.
Connor Daly, a quiet confidence as he gets set to lead them off from pole position.
And there's his dad. Derek Daly, of course, has played a big role in getting his son Connor to this point in his career. Looks pretty relaxed, Johnny.
Yeah, he does. You know, I think he's got a ton of confidence in his son. They've had an amazing season. And the way they're approaching this as just another race to try to win, I think is the right attitude.
Tell us about this racetrack. This was an intimidating place the first time I got a ride around here.
Yeah, it is an amazing racetrack. Very, very fast. Turn 1, 5th gear corner. Same with 2, and very daunting elevation change there. Everything here is fast. You have good overtaking areas going into 5. Your best place is down the long straightaway into turn 8. The cars will draft there. You will see some passing.
About 2.4 miles around this layout. Let's have a look at our starting lineup. 19 cars will answer the call today in the Star Mazda Championship, part of the Visit Florida Cup. Connor Daly on pole. We met him earlier in the Indec College Network 22. And Calvis lines up alongside. Tristan Vautier and Mikel Grenier, a couple of drivers who've had their moments this season, will make up row number 2. Third row, Anders Krohn in the Anderson Racing 47. That's the Norse cutting and abandonment car. He's the only other driver with a shot at the title. He'll line up alongside Connor DeFilippi. Rusty Mitchell and Kyle Lara will make up row number 4 here today. Back to the 5th row, David Ostella returns to the series in the 16 car, and American Chris Miller in the 85 will line up in 10th position. Nick Andres and Joao Orto will be in the 6th row this afternoon here at Mosport, and the 7th row of our 19-car field looks like this. Carlos Linares and Bob Kaminsky, one of our senior-level competitors. He'll start in 14th spot in that 28 car. Back to the next row. Tatiana Calderon has struggled here this weekend. Mikhail Goikeberg making his first start. He's from St. Petersburg, Russia, up from the F2000 ranks. Jerry Kraut and Zach Meyer back in row number 9. And all alone in the 10th row, Carlos Condi in the 31. He will start shotgun on the field. Now, there is one change from the way they qualified to the way they'll take the green. Texan Rusty Mitchell here in the Motorola car, the 66. He's got to drop to the back of the pack, Johnny. They had to make a tire change here.
Yeah, you know what? Rusty has totally been the hard luck guy this season. You know, they changed to Anderson Racing, really trying to up the program, give him better opportunities to show well, and he has. But, man, that guy has been the result of the recipient of a lot of bad luck.
Field coming to a stop on the front straightaway here at Mosport, getting set for the standing start. There's Connor Daly, our pole sitter, likely to become the series champion today. There's one other driver in the field with a chance at unseating him. That would be Anders Krohn in the 47. Krohn, of course, starting in the 5th position today. Before we go green, we had a chance earlier to talk to Anders about today's event, about the season, and what he's going to try to accomplish here and maybe steal this championship.
It's going to be all-out racing, just like usual. You know, we've been fighting a long time for this first win of the year, and that's going to be the same approach. So that's all we're going for, all out, see what happens.
That's all you can do.
Yeah, you know what, and he's been a model of consistency, and maybe, you know, what he's done this year is really build himself the platform to win a championship next year.
Star Mazda, of course, off the standing start. Drivers have seen the 15-second board. Of course, there is a light system to driver's right. Once the lights change from red to green, we'll go racing. Johnny, this is the moment everybody waits for.
This is, you know, in Star Mazda, this is one of the most exciting moments. There you see the lights coming up. The whole board's going to fill up red. I tell you what, everyone's got an amazing view of this. There you go. The revs come up. Connor trying to get to that inside corner first.
Goncalves in
very
the 9.
aggressive.
Goncalves dove to the bottom to try to close the door and got the job done. They're single file out of turn 1. We'll see if anybody gets aggressive here. Side by side for third coming over the hill. Looks like David Ostella and that 16 car is starting to get a little bit racy back there as well. Ostella swings it to the inside as they come to the next corner.
Yeah, Ostella in the red and white car. Really good start. Oh, pushing it on the outside. Tough move to make.
David Ostella started in the 5th row. He's passed a couple of cars already. Pretty good aggression there, Todd Lewis.
Fellas, a little more on David Ostella, who's been able to pick up a few positions here early going this afternoon at Mosport. Likes this track very much, has run a lot of laps here. His coach Lee Bentham is here this weekend, helping him improve his times around the track. He and everyone else said the key to success here, the car staying on the track. You need high speed, but you also need high downforce. It takes, as everyone has described, a ballsy driver to get through those high-speed corners and have the confidence that the car is going to come out the other end.
Ostella still on the button trying to make a move. Let's get on board the 19 car. This is Kyle Lara heading to the final couple of corners here at Mosport.
Yeah, this is 9 coming through 10. You'll see little concrete patches right there. The car gets a little bit loose, a little bit slippery on those. You know, these opening laps are always so critical. The cars have low tire temperature and pressure. You know, the guys that win championships, win races, are really good at pushing hard early.
Your VisitFlorida.com running order, top of your screen. Keep track of where your favorite driver is with 1 lap on the board. Of course, this is a 45-minute timed event. Connor Daly, some heat being applied there by Goncalves in the 9 car.
Yeah, you know, Goncalves has really impressed me this weekend. The guy's been smooth and fast. He's really stepped up his game, you know, and what he needs to do is get close enough to Connor Daly to draft on by.
3rd spot belongs to the 38 of Tristan Vautier, but the top 2 starting to open up some distance on the rest of the field in the early laps at Mosport. Our coverage of the Visit Florida Cup from Mosport International Raceway for the Star Mazda Championship being brought to you by Mazda. On any given weekend, more Mazdas are road race than any other brand. And by Visit Florida and VisitFlorida.com. Your Florida side is calling. Discover a whole new side of you and the Sunshine State. Go to VisitFlorida.com. Start planning your vacation today.